What is up, everybody? We're going to be jumping into another rescue video. This is going to be a cornering crash. Let's see what happens. Oil from previous pass. Not good.
Bird.
Having some fun. Buddies are riding, getting some cool footage. So, there's the impact. So, oil made the tires lose traction. Impacted the vehicle. There's side airbags, side restraint airbags. Okay, look how far they are. Now imagine if you left your rescue pack on your bike. Take it with you. Take it with you. You don't want to leave it on your bike when you're having to run that far. So that's why you remain calm. Okay, bikers survive and only sustain a broken clavicle, which is your collarbone. Okay, it's all blurred out.
Just let it breathe for a sec.
Okay. So broken clavicle is no fun. Okay, bent the suspension. Okay, pretty hard impact. Think of mechanism. No wonder he broke his clavicle. Okay, you want to, at this point, you know, you might want to get it off the road, but I'm kind of concerned about my buddy.
Dude.
Because if you can have a broken clavicle and it can pierce your lungs. Your lungs actually really go up to like here. Like right here. So like if you break a clavicle and it goes in, especially if it's a downward force, you could have a punctured lung. Okay, and also the forces to break a clavicle could break a rib. So difficulty breathing. So there's the impact. There's the impact. So towards the end of it, lost control, slid out from underneath him more than likely, and hit the driver of the car. And that's one of those reasons why you always pay attention to the road in front of you and not really pay attention, hey, I got to get a good shot and really lean hard and really speed up and really do these things, because your focus should be on the road, and corners should be an orange stage anyways. So everything could be going right. And then there's road surface hazard that causes it to not go right. And then all of a sudden there's a vehicle right in the path of travel when you're sliding on the ground. Or it could be the edge of a cliff. This is why it's so important to pay attention to even the smallest things like the road. Okay, and it's an accident. It's an accident there. So that right here, what he should be doing is grabbing his rescue pack. And obviously you don't want to open it up right away, but you can if you needed to, because inside of every rescue pack, you're going to be able to choose what kind of gloves you want. So small, medium, large, extra large. But then you're going to have bleeding control supplies, a tourniquet, 5x9s, 4x4s, roll gauze. You have scissors in the back. And here's the one thing. So you got a rescue card, but a triangular bandage. Okay, so this is going to be like it's a cravat. Okay, there's a way to actually make a sling out of it. And we have that footage and how to do that on Motorcycle Training Concepts YouTube channel. So when somebody has a broken clavicle, yeah, maybe they're not going to have any life-threatening injuries right away, or they might not have one at all, but they're going to be sitting there with no structural stability on their painful arm. If you can put it in a sling, you could be helping your buddies in many different ways. So we're going to kind of come up to here. Let's go ahead and fast forward a little bit. There's the impact. We're running. So it's okay to run. Be very careful not to trip and become a patient yourself. Remember to remain calm. Call 911 or tell someone to call 911. Ensure your own safety. We're in the roadway. We don't want to get hit, so stay off to the side if you can. So turning it off, do whatever you need to do, but check your buddy. So he looks like he's laying on the ground right there. I know it's a little bit difficult to see. I'm pretty sure they blurred this out because he looks painful. Broken clavicle, like I said. So he's in a good spot, and he's ensuring his own safety right there. He's remaining calm by laying down. You don't want him to stand up, and he probably doesn't want to because his arm's going to feel heavy and start hurting where his broken clavicle is. But stop major bleeds. Who knows? He could have a laceration on his leg and his arm and his neck and an injunctional spot in his hip area. You know, whatever it is, and you can stop those major bleeds. You don't want to be distracted by the broken clavicle. This might be hurting. His clavicle might be hurting a 10 out of 10 pain, but he has like a 5 out of 10 pain of just, hey, I feel something kind of wet on my leg, and it's because he's got a laceration. But this is what's the clavicle, whatever is what's causing him to really think of that. So always do a full assessment of the body. Check his pants, check his arms, check his back if you can. If there's any blood on your gloves, which you'll have in the rescue pack, make sure you do that. So lots of stuff going on. The main thing here is knowing what to do. And if you don't know what to do, we do just have the rescue booklets for sale. And what's inside every rescue booklet is how to do everything, how to rescue another rider. So remember to remain calm, ensure your own safety, and do what you need to do. This comes with every rescue pack also. So you can get the rescue pack and get that too. So Lots of crazy stuff, lots of weird stuff, not stuff that I want to see when I'm riding, but all right, let's go over what this guy does at nighttime. Let's see, brake lights, intersection coming up. We are slowing down, very good. Any issues so far? There's an open lane. No, we got green. Okay, green light, don't gun it, okay, because you don't know if somebody's going to do this. Crossing over multiple lanes. All right, we got a little upset by it, moving on. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a lesson out of this. Okay, we're coming up to an intersection. We should be in orange stage, just prepped and ready. It's a red light, very good. I know we're slowing down, at least in this one, that all of a sudden we're just gonna accelerate because we don't want to stop completely. That's okay, that's fine. You do whatever you want. All right, so we got side of the vehicle. You see the lights over there coming in. Okay, green light. All right, so we're in the middle lane. The person turning right should go in the first available lane. You know, that's what people should be doing. We're going to accelerate really hard. Now that person is not going to that first available lane, so we should be applying some really good progressive brake pressure. Being very careful. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Okay. Now we can also find escape routes. Okay. We have to plan a ride, position for safety, locate hazardous situations. This is one. Assessing relevant threat. This is one. Navigating active threats. This is one. So now we're going to have to kind of move over, accelerate so the vehicle behind us doesn't hit us. So now we have to accelerate and swerve. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. We can handle it, right? So we're going to accelerate, apply some brake pressure. And it's like, okay, we got to get ourselves out of here. Got to get ourselves out of here. And that's what we're going to do. So, guys, just make sure you don't do this and just rush into a green light. Look both ways. Come on now. What are the benefits of riding a motorcycle? Well, everyone has their own reasons why, but I guess I'll just go over some that I personally like. And, guys, if you don't know what this is the rescue pack. This is the trauma kit that we have. It has the tourniquet, a bunch of other stuff that for bleeding control, and it also comes with a rescue booklet. So this is the instruction manual on how to use it, especially after a crash. You got to watch out for it. You don't want to bleed to death. It's very common. Anyways, benefits of riding a motorcycle. For me, it was the mental health. For me, it was the mental health thing. I felt grounded, like with the motorcycle. Like it's a meditative state. So anything can be meditative. You can do the common meditation of closing your eyes, and kind of grounding yourself that way with your breath work. That's called somatic work. Very good. I love it. It's being in tune with your mind and body. So think of it kind of like from a psychology aspect too. But for the motorcycle, I had to zone in. I had to pay attention, be on the motorcycle, make sure I'm doing make sure I'm on the motorcycle, but make sure I'm doing the friction zone, shifting correctly, looking, scanning, looking at mirrors. I could not be distracted or it is dangerous for me. I almost have to put myself in a dangerous situation to focus. I have to put myself, like the deadline is tomorrow. I gotta focus. I'm on a motorcycle. Anybody can kill me. I gotta focus. I can't focus sitting there. I can't do that. I can. It takes a little bit, but I'd rather be riding a motorcycle. So for me, it was that mental health, grounding yourself, getting yourself out of your head for that little bit of time allows your body just to reset. Your life is stressful. You're thinking all the time, providing, whatever it is, living. Existing in this world is tough. When you're on that motorcycle, let's say for 30 minutes, and you're able to just down-regulate your nervous system because you're just grounded and calm and focused, and your body can just do its job, your mind is just focused on one thing in that flow state, it resets your body. Working out could do that, going for long walks, meditative walks, so listening to a podcast, listening to music that has no lyrics while you're just walking, playing with your kids, whatever it is that's going to ground you is very important. But for me, it was motorcycles. I didn't have all the other stuff at the time. Another benefit of riding a motorcycle, and this is where some people kind of get into it, is that, it's cheaper gas, cheaper insurance for some things. Okay, I know a lot of kids want to get sport bikes. It's not going to be cheap insurance, but cheaper gas, something that is fun. Some people don't have things that are fun. Something that's fun. They enjoyed bicycling, riding BMX bikes in the neighborhood as a kid. Well, I don't feel like riding a bike anymore, but I do like that exhilaration, having the wind, having that feeling of freedom. And I want to go places now instead of just the neighborhood as a kid. Boom, a motorcycle right there. You got power between your legs and you can move on and go. So there's that freedom aspect, that grounding aspect, that mental health aspect. There's the commuting aspect. Motorcycles are cheaper than cars, and you're a college student. Say you just get a scooter, just going back and forth. You don't need a big car. You don't need that crazy insurance. You don't need that massive bill. You don't need to carry friends with you. You really don't. You're studying to be a doctor. You don't need that. Well, you kind of do, but still, having that lower cost, very easy. It's inexpensive. For me, it's always been the mental health. I take very good care, or I try to take very good care of my mental health. And honestly, money means nothing to me as long as I'm at peace. And motorcycles deliver that for me. And then you guys do too. I get to be at peace and focused on putting these together. So grab yourself a rescue pack. That's one of the benefits of riding a motorcycle for me. What is it for you? Write in the comments. All right, everybody, we're going to be looking at these road surface hazards at night. So think about all the different factors involved. Looks like he has astigmatism on his camera. We're switching lanes, right? We're doing head checks. Good job. Oh, there's a median. Didn't see the median. Didn't see the median. So we're doing everything right. We're looking at our mirrors. We're doing head checks. But look at how the ground is so reflective. It is so reflective. We cannot really see. There's the blurring of where lines and road and everything meets. And it's one of those issues when it's at night with water, with reflective lights, and maybe our visor is not doing so well. But he did everything else right. We're looking for roadway users. Didn't necessarily look at road surface hazards. So let's see how that happened again. We're looking to the right, doing the head checks, moving over, and there is the curb. Now take a look at the painted lines. Another indicator that we shouldn't be crossing over is the solid white line. Solid white line, solid white line. And right here we have the slotted line, okay, on the ground. So that means we can kind of get close to there, but it looks like he decides, I'm just gonna cross all of it. Okay, so we can't be crossing all of it. We should have stayed right here because that's where the road is, okay? So be very careful when you're out there riding on wet grounds at night with lights everywhere. Pay attention to the ground too, okay? All right, let's take a look at this one going on right now. Let's see what happens. We have an open lane. There's the side of the vehicle. Okay, the vehicle, that red vehicle, you see how they got close to us? Do you see how let's take a look at this one. So the red vehicle is doing its thing. It's applying some brakes here and there. They see to the side of the vehicle sneaking out. Pay attention to this red vehicle. They crossed that line. They're about to get into us. So we kind of got into a blind spot before they could even do anything. We're in the blind spot and they're moving over and they didn't check. So not only do we have that hazard, don't let that be the distracting hazard. We have this hazard right here. Be very careful with that. We almost got hit. We're looking here. Look at this. Look over to the right. Didn't adjust our movement at all. So now we slowed down. We have an escape path if we needed it. Now the red car is like, I got to be in my lane. This person's being dumb. Good job with him applying the brakes to allow this person to at least make a different choice to go into our lane, but he didn't do it. So handled it pretty well. But the one thing I really want you guys to pay attention to is that we're coming up to here. We're not in the blind spot yet. Not in the blind spot, not in the blind spot, not in the blind spot. We see the side of the vehicle. Okay, we do know that typically with the open lane pattern, this is an open lane, right? Now this vehicle is going to stop or slow down this vehicle. This vehicle's like, nah, I'm good. I want to get in this lane. That's what's going to happen. That's the mentality. So when we see this pattern kind of play out in our minds and we see somebody causing a problem for somebody else that more than likely will use that lane that we want or that we're in, then we should probably maintain a good space cushion, maybe slow it down a little bit, let them in, kind of play around defensively, okay? That's one of the things we should be doing. So we got up to here. Now we're in their blind spot, moved over, either accelerate or brake. Got to do something. We didn't do nothing because we're so focused on the hazard in front. Don't be distracted, everybody. Grab some gear from RevZilla. Grab some stuff in the links in the description. Don't be distracted.